Head up, head up. Good. Nice tackle.
The sounds of high school football are upon us once again. I'm Glenn Johnson, and today I'll give you a peek inside the St. Vincent Indians football training camp. The Indians finished 5-5 last season, and they've had trouble putting together a winning record consistently. In fact, St. Vincent hasn't been more than a game over 500 since 2006. Longtime coach Paul Sauer is now leading the Fredericktown Blackcats, opening the door for Nathan Rowland to move up from the JV ranks.
It's pretty much business as usual here. We try to build on everything. I played under Coach Sauer, coached under Coach Sauer. He was my teacher. I learned quite a bit from him, so I hope to perform as well as he did. Some big shoes to fill.
Rowland is in a bit of a tough spot in his first season. Numbers are down from last year. Less than 40 kids have come out for the team, and they are without 18 of 22 of their starters from a year ago.
You can always use a little bit more. When that injury bug comes and gets you, you're always wanting more.
On the bright side, the lack of numbers gives the kids who are there a chance to show what they got.
The key word this year is opportunity. We have a lot of opportunity for young guys to step in, make contributions, and get some playing time, much deserved playing time for how much work they're putting in.
And one of the few returning starters plays an important position. Joe Whistler is the favorite to win the quarterback job again in his junior season. He expects a smooth transition under a new coach.
Coach Rowland's coached ever since I've been here, and we get along pretty good, so I don't think there's going to be any problems.
And likewise, Whistler has the support of his new coach. Rowland thinks a year of starting experience will go a long way for his signal caller.
It helps quite a bit just to see his confidence. He has grown so much as a leader. He's only a junior, and he's one of the first ones out here all summer working with the kids, running the routes, encouraging people, getting people in the weight room. He really wants to, along with all the seniors, they're really looking forward to this season.
Game's a lot faster pace than JV level, freshman level, so gonna know what to expect this year and how to be prepared for it.
Joe went through some growing pains during his sophomore campaign, but his teammates believe he's come a long way.
Oh yeah, definitely, because he knows the role, knows what he has to do on offense.
And that's senior center and nose tackle Nick Mingione. He's the leader on an offensive line that's once again small this year.
That's usually a concern around here being a smaller school as we face bigger schools throughout our conference, and so that's always a concern is how we're going to handle the bigger teams. But we have a couple defensive schemes here set, and hopefully we can deal with the bigger guys and use our speed and athleticism to make plays.
But because St. Vincent is used to being one of the smaller schools in the area up front, Mingione isn't too concerned about it.
We have a lot of speed, I think. We don't have a lot of size, but I think we have more speed, so I think that's going to play a big role in what we do.
But the Indians won't just be small on the line. Senior Andrew NAEGER is one of their best options at wide receiver. He stands at 5'4". Small or not, the St. Vincent quarterback is more than happy with the weapons he'll have at his disposal.
I'm more than confident in our receivers. Good hands, good speed. Got a lot of vertical on the team, so when we go downfield and try to hit them vertical, I'm more than confident in them.
And it is the skill positions that Coach Rowland is most excited about.
I would say the strength of this year's team is going to be our wide receivers and running backs. We have some skilled players that once you get the ball in their hand, they can take it to the house. So we're going to try to get them and put them in positions to excel right off the bat. So we're going to use multiple offenses just like Coach Sauer did. A lot of our decisions come from the team we're facing, as we're usually the smaller team, so we have to work from there.
The Indians were always multiple in their offense under Coach Sauer, and they'll stay that way under Coach Rowland. And this means the quarterback has to be comfortable with many formations.
I think it depends on who we play. We're going to play some physical teams that like to be up close man-to-man, and we're just going to have to burn them up the middle, and then we're going to play some teams that are going to drop to zone, and you're just going to have to figure out what to do.
Defensively, St. Vincent is actually coming off of a pretty good season. They gave up 24 points per game last year, but those numbers are skewed by losses to Valley Catholic and Jefferson, two powers in the listening area. Whistler, who also plays defense, says their biggest problem was tackling.
We're going to be flying to the ball. There's going to be a lot more gang tackling than just one-on-one tackling like we've been trying to do.
In all, St. Vincent has 8 seniors on this year's team. Those seniors know it's up to them to set the tone in camp.
I mean, all 3 of us captains, I think we'll be able to do a pretty good job of doing that. You know, you always have to have leadership, and when the team gets down, you got to help them up.
Feels good. It's just they want me to be there, so I got to show up and be a leader.
Coach Rowland has been pleased with what he's seen from his upperclassmen.
They're already stepping in, and they really took it upon themselves to become leaders. They're working every day, encouraging everybody. We've had great participation this summer in all of our weight room and running and exercising programs, so they're already chopping at the bit to lead.
The Indians finished 4th out of 7 teams in the I-55 conference last year, a conference that looks to be even tougher in 2014.
It always is. It always seems to be. It always seems to start with Valley, and everyone's chasing Valley every year. So we look forward to the challenge to see where we're at, our conference will get us ready for the playoffs.
But after serving 3 years as an assistant, Rowland just wants to see his team get better in his first season as head coach.
We'd like to improve on last year's record. We've been sitting at 5-5 for a couple years. We'd like to get up to above 500, make a run in the playoffs. It'd be nice to win every game, but we'll have to just take it one game at a time.
So, is another 500 season in store for St. Vincent this year? Will all the new moving parts force them to take a step back, or will the Indians finally make that leap to become contenders for the first state championship since 2004? You can follow them every step of the way with Regional Radio's award-winning coverage of high school football this season. Reporting from the St. Vincent Football Training Camp, I'm Glenn Johnson.